Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so we got an early game today, man. Early game against the Chicago Bulls. It is at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we're just trucking along, man. We are trucking along. I'm going to get straight into what the Bulls have been up to. They've been winning games, man. They really have. Not against the greatest talent, per se. Actually, yeah, it's a pretty good team. So, yeah, we will get into it. Furthest back is against the Brooklyn Nets. They had a back-to-back with Brooklyn, or two straight games, rather. And later on down the road, after playing us, they got to play the Heat 3 times in a row. I don't know what these schedule makers are doing, but that's neither here nor there. Point is, I think that's them. Or was that Cleveland? I think that's Chicago. I'll check since I mentioned it. But yeah, that's after they play us. They got a situation where they got a triple header against Miami. Yes, they play us. Then on Wednesday, they played Indy. And then Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, all against the Heat. 1 in Chicago, 2 in Miami. And the 2 in Miami are literally back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, all Heat. It's basically a playoff series. I feel for them. I'm glad we don't see anything like that on our schedule. Hopefully we never do. So, as we push along, let's get back to it. They played the Brooklyn Nets. They lost against the Nets in Brooklyn, 112-109, back on 116. And they haven't actually lost since, to be honest with you. This score was rather close. Let's get into the team stats, see how they did. Chicago shot 48% from field, 41-86. Brooklyn 43%, 39-91. From the three-point line, Brooklyn slaughtered them 19-40 for 47%. Chicago 11-35 for 31% from three. Free throw line 16-20, 80% for Chicago, 15-17, 88% for the Nets. Nets had 47 rebounds, Chicago 41. Nets had 11 offensive boards, Chicago 4. 30 assists for the Nets, 28 for the Bulls, 7 steals for the Nets, 10 for the Bulls, 4 blocks for Brooklyn, 10 for Chicago, 14 turnovers for Brooklyn, 17 points conceded off of those, 8 for the Bulls, 11 points conceded off of those. Bulls had 24 fast break points to the Brooklyn Nets 14. Brooklyn had 40 points in the paint, Chicago 54. Largest lead of the game for the Nets was 20, and for the Bulls it was 2, and the Nets led 95% of the time, Chicago 2. Isaac Okoro played 32 minutes, had 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from the 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 0 on the plus minus. Buzelis, 32 minutes, 15 points, 4 of 15 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks, 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, plus 7. Bad shooting night, but he chipped in other areas a lot there. Vucevic, 33 minutes, 19 points, 9 of 14 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He had 5 of 6, 6 boards, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, plus 8 for Vucevic. Jones, 30 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, minus 6 for Trey Jones. Kobe White, 33 minutes, 17 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 1 of 3 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, minus 5 for White. Jalen Smith, 35 minutes, 14 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. He had 13 boards, 4 blocks, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, minus 5. I've been picking him up in a lot of leagues. Sticks has been balling, man. He's taken a little while to develop, but he's finally arrived, and he's helping them on both sides of the floor. So expect for him to be a tyrant tonight, number 25. Patrick Williams, number 44. Had 12 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 on the plus minus for Pat Will. Dylan Terry, 3 minutes, minus 2, nothing accomplished. Kevin Huerter, 10 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, minus 12 for Huerter. And Ayo, the Sun Mu, 20 minutes, 18 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 of 5 from the line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, 0 on the plus minus for Ayo. Somebody we should be targeting. We definitely could use Ayo Dosunmu. I've been hearing a lot of rumors. We should be targeting him for certain. And the Nets had 4 players in double figures, with the high man being Michael Porter. Clowney had 23 and 11. Claxton had 14 boards. Yeah, Cam Thomas, 3 of 13 from the field. Pretty bad there. And that's about as much as we care about in regards to that game. Chicago did not win despite all of that. Seemed like they played better, but they didn't. And Chicago lost a close game. And, yeah, Michael Porter made the go-ahead layup with 5 seconds remaining. Brooklyn had blown a 20-point lead in the fourth, but held on to win any damn way. Sound like us against Dallas, didn't it? All right, we move on. Chicago played the Nets again, of course. This time it was in Chicago, and the score went a little better for the Bulls, 124-102, a lot better for the Bulls. Actually, they got their get back. And let's see what the team stat says about this matchup between the two of them. All right, so the Bulls shot 52%, 49 and 94 from the field, 38 of 83 for Brooklyn, 46%. 16 to 37 for the Nets from 3, 43%. And the Bulls shot 43% as well, 20 of 46. Bulls got to the line 9 times, hit 6 of them for 67%, and 67% for the Brooklyn Nets as well, 10 of 15 from the free throw line. 44 boards for the Bulls, 38 for the Nets, 10 offensive boards for the Bulls, 7 for the Nets, 41 assists for the Bulls, 33 for the Nets. Wow, 41 assists. 8 steals for the Bulls, 4 for the Nets, 5 blocks for the Bulls, 4 for the Nets. 9 turnovers for the Bulls, 8 points conceded off of those. 11 turnovers for the Nets, 10 points conceded off of those. That is 9 turnovers, 41 assists, 9 turnovers. This is an excellent passing basketball team. They have plenty of players that can get the ball off, including Giddey. They also had Trey Jones. I don't think he's playing tonight. He can get the ball around, move it around good. Vucevic is a good passing center. Kobe White, if I didn't mention him already. They have plenty of players that can get the ball to where it needs to go. They play with one another, and when they play like this, they are a very, very good offensive team. So, yeah, this is not a bad Bulls team. They started off hot, fell off, and have now picked up. So they're a team of streaks. They have like several 7-game losing streaks and several 6-game winning streaks already, and it's just halfway through the season. So this is an extremely streaky ball club, and they're streaking in the right direction right now. Hopefully we can snap that 4-game winning streak they're on, or it's going to be bad for us. Like it was last time we were in this building when Giddey hit a 70-foot launched 3 at the buzzer, which ironically enough was the win that actually kept them from having the Cooper Flag draft pick. I never forgot that. Because they won that game, Dallas ended up having those odds, and Dallas won. So, yeah, that's how that went. Anyway, where we leave off at? 8 steals for the Bulls, 4 for the Nets, 5 blocks for the Bulls, 4 for the Nets. I think I said all that already. 11 turnovers for the Nets, 10 points conceded off of those. Yeah, 9 turnovers for the Bulls, 8 points conceded off of those. Got it. 13 fast break points for the Bulls, 10 for the Nets, 58 points in the paint for the Bulls, 40 for the Nets. 27 was the largest lead of the game for the Bulls, 2 for the Nets, and 96% of the time the Bulls led, 3% of the time the Nets led. Yeah, so they got their get back here. Let's see how it went. Let's see, the Nets had 6 players in double figures. Traore off the bench was the high man. Nobody else had above that. The Nets are pretty bad. We expect that to continue until they make some changes. All right, so Jalen Smith, 31 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 0 of 2 from the line, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 1 offensive board, plus 16 for Smith. Isaac Okoro, 26 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 4 offensive boards, plus 6. Keep him off the offensive glass for sure. Buzelis, 27 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Sorry about that. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks, 1 offensive board, plus 15 for Buzelis. Vucevic, 28 minutes, 17 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, plus 20 for the man they call Vucci Mane. Kobe White, 30 minutes, 24 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 7 of 11 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, plus 16 for Kobe White. Dylan Terry, 6 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field. Hit his only 3-point attempt, minus 7. Julian Phillips, 3 minutes, got a board, -1. Olbrich, the rookie, 3 minutes, got a board, got an assist, -1, 3 minutes. Javon Carter, 3 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, -1. Kevin Huerter, 30 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, +9. Tre Jones, 24 minutes, 10 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 10 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, +16. And Ayo Dosunmu, 19 points, 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, +22. He led the entire team. So, yeah, big assists from everybody, man. Tre Jones and Dosunmu alone gave him 15. Huerter chipped in with 6. Vucevic, 6. Buzelis, 5. I mean, they have players that can get the ball around. They have players who can finish. And when they play like this, they're pretty difficult to beat. So that was how that went. And we move on to the next game the Chicago Bulls were involved in. We can be certain it was a win. And it was against the lowly Clippers, 138-110. They blew the Clippers out in Chicago. It's a sight to see. And let's get into the team stats. All right, so the Clippers shot 47% from the field, 43 of 92, and the Bulls 57%, 52 of 92. Bulls shot 53% from 3, 25 of 47, and the Clippers 33%, 10 of 30 from the 3, 9 of 12 for the Bulls from the line, 75%, 14 of 17 for the Clippers, 82%. Bulls had 42 boards to the Clippers 41. Bulls had 9 offensive boards to the Clippers 11. Bulls had 40 assists again. 24 for the Clippers, 10 steals for the Bulls, 6 for the Clippers, 11 blocks for the Bulls, 5 for the Clippers. My goodness, the Bulls are balling, man. It's 40 assists and 21 stocks. Talk about two-way team. Yeah, they messed up on the turnover stats with this game. As we had mentioned when we covered this game, we played the Clippers. The turnover stats are just inaccurate here. So, yeah. 34 fast break points for the Bulls, 13 for the Clippers, 54 points in the paint for the Bulls, 60 for the Clippers. 31 was the largest lead of the game for the Bulls, 8 for the Clippers. 68% of the time, the Bulls led, 27% the Clippers did. So, yeah, they never fixed this, man. We covered this game now twice, and they still have yet to fix these stats, man. Who knows how they turned the ball over? Who knows? All right, so the Clippers, what they have? 5 players in double figures, high man being James Harden. That's how that went. And the Bulls, Jalen Smith, 24 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 offensive boards, +10. He was over 1 from the free throw line. That was Sticks Smith. Okoro, 15 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 turnover, -6. Buzelis, 30 minutes, 21 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, +27 for Buzelis. Vucevic, 32 minutes, 19 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 1 of 2 from 3, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 3 offensive boards, +16. He played great. Kobe White, 31 minutes, 27 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, +15. It's a good game for him, too. Dallin Terry, 14 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, +11 for Terry. Julian Phillips had 4 minutes. He missed only 3 attempts, 0 in the ±. Ulbrich, 4 minutes, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 offensive board, 0 in the ±. Carter in 4 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field and 3, 1 a steal as well, 0 in the ±. Kevin Huerter, 29 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks, +7 for Red Velvet. Tre Jones, 26 minutes, 15 points, 6 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, +32, led the entire team. He also had a turnover. That's awesome stats there for Tre Jones. Ayo Dosunmu, 29 minutes, 18 points, 7 to 10 from the field, 4 5 from 3, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 1 block, plus 28. I'm starting to think that the Chicago Bulls are a sneaky team in the Eastern Conference. I'm starting to think I don't believe they can win the East, but I do think they can make it very dangerous for a team that expects to. Let's say they get the Celtics matchup. The Bulls could potentially win that matchup, especially with the Celtics not having their guy back. What's his name? Jason Tatum. That, for example, could be a 7-game series in my opinion. I just think this is a very dangerous Bulls team. You don't actually expect them to do anything, but I look at the East and I say it's wide open, and I look at a team like the Bulls and I say if they play like this, they're gonna be hard to beat, man. And they're stringing together some serious stuff. Ayo's developing well. Trey Jones is playing well. You know, they're starting to get something out of Williams. They've found gold with sticks. Buzelis is turning into a star pretty much. Vucevic still got a lot left in the tank. Kobe White is a stud, obviously. This is a good team, man. Isaac Okoro plays good perimeter defense. I would be looking to make a trade if I'm the Bulls to get better, man. I don't know if they want to throw a pick in or two to get them a guy or two. But I sense that if they don't lose any of their main pieces and they add another Kevin Porter-like stud or something like that, or somebody like that, they could be a problem in the East. They could be a problem in the East. If they have their picks and they're interested in getting the most out of their team, they could ease past a team or two. The Knicks, as bad as they've been struggling, it wouldn't be crazy for the Chicago Bulls to make a 7-game series out of that if they make a trade like that. I don't think they're players in the trade market. I ain't heard no rumors. But if they're looking at what I'm looking at, this team has the potential to, if they make the right trade without losing any of these guys, they could really find themselves in the Eastern Conference Finals. They could. In a weak Eastern Conference with no Jason Tatum, no Halliburton. Cleveland seems like they're taking some steps backwards. You know, Detroit seems like the best team in the Eastern Conference. I don't see why a trade can't make Chicago as good as Detroit, based on what I'm looking at. But, you know, so I don't know. I don't know how ambitious they are as a team, you know, but the way the Clippers have been playing, and for them to step into this game and blow the Clippers out, the Clippers ain't lost since. I mean, it's a dangerous team, man. They're a dangerous team. They can use some improvements in some key areas, but if anybody should be buyers to make themselves their best selves, it should be a team like Chicago, because they've been in no man's land for like 20 years now, and they're going to continue to be in that space. They might as well try to go all in on something. And this unit seems like a reasonable one to do that with. Seems reasonable to me. I don't know. Just a hunch. Might not be a bad idea. Next game was a win against another impressive opponent in Minnesota. They beat the struggling Wolves, actually. The Wolves have been struggling low-key. And this is one of the games the Bulls have been losing lately. 120-115. They lost this game in Minnesota, as mentioned already, and we'll get straight into it. Bulls shot 44% from both the 3 and the field, 17-39 from 3 and 38-86 from the field. Meanwhile, the Wolves 43-93 from the field for 46% and 15-41 from 3 for 37%. Wolves 14 of 15 from the free throw line, 93%. Bulls got there a lot of times, 27-33 for 82%. So there you go. That's the difference for real. 45 boards for the Wolves, 43 for the Bulls, 9 offensive rebounds for the Wolves, 5 for the Bulls, 29 assists for the Wolves, 28 for the Bulls, 6 steals for the Wolves, 7 for the Bulls, 9 blocks for the Wolves, 1 for the Bulls, 14 turnovers for Minnesota, 11 points conceded off of those, 12 for Chicago, 15 points conceded off of those, 17 fast break points for the Bulls, 12 for the Wolves, 44 points in the paint for the Wolves, 40 for the Bulls. And largest lead in the game for the Wolves was 14, and for the Bulls it was 7. And Minnesota led 74% of the time, Chicago 24. All right, so let's see. How did this go? Chicago won, we know that. Jalen Smith, 27 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 turnover, plus 5. Isaac Okoro, 26 minutes, 10 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, minus 6. Buzelis, 28 minutes, 12 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, plus 1. Vucevic, 31 minutes, 10 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, minus 6. Kobe White, 30 minutes, 22 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3, 7 of 9 from the line, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 offensive board, plus 6. Pat Wills, 16 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 3 for the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, plus 9. Kevin Huerter, 8 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 assists, 1 steal, plus 5. Trey Jones, 27 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3 and free throw line, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, plus 9. He's playing some stellar ball off the bench. I surely hope he is a scratch for the night because he is really providing a lot for this Bulls team. Ayo Dosunmu, 22 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 3 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, 0 in the plus minus. And Josh Giddey, 26 minutes, 21 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 7 of 9 from the line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, plus 2 for Giddey. Juju had 30 in the starting lineup. Ant-Man had a bad shooting night, 1 of 8 from 3 for 20 points. Naz Reid had 20 points, continuing his stellar season. And they ultimately had 6 players in double figures, but couldn't beat these Bulls. Could not do it. Wolves and the Bulls. So, let's move on. Chicago gets their 4th straight win against the Boston Celtics. I know we love that here at Lakerland. Thank you, Chicago, for beating the hell out of them. 114, 111. Wasn't beating the hell, but you get the point. They won. We always love seeing Boston lose. So, let's see the team stats here. Boston, 44% from the field, 44 of 99. Bulls, 51%, 43 of 85. Bulls shot well from the 3 once again, 21 of 45 for 47%. Celtics, 15 of 47 for 32%. They outshot a 3-point shooting team. This Bulls team is very good offensively, y'all. 7 of 8 from the free throw line for the Bulls. Again, under 10 free throws for the Bulls. That's interesting. 8 of 9 for the Celtics, 89% there. All they did was launch threes, both of these teams. We know that. 44 rebounds for the Bulls, 38 for the Celtics, 8 offensive boards for both of them. 32 assists for the Bulls, 28 for the Celtics, 10 steals for the Celtics, 2 for the Bulls, 5 blocks for Boston, 6 for Chicago, 6 turnovers for Boston, 5 points conceded off of those, 15 for Chicago, 18 points conceded off of those. 8 fast break points for the Celtics, 18 for Chicago, 52 points in the paint for the Celtics, 42 for the Bulls. 8 was the largest lead of the game for both of these squads, 56% of the time Chicago led and 34% Boston. And we get to the box score. What did it look like? Jaylen Brown went for 33 points. Anthony Simons had 21 off the bench, 4 players in double figures. Celtics still lose. Happy about that. All right. Jalen Smith, 27 minutes, 14 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 9 rebounds, 1 offensive board, plus 11 for sticks. Okoro, 27 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 block, 1 offensive rebound, plus 8 for Okoro. Buzelis, 32 minutes, 14 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 1 offensive board, plus 15 for Matas Buzelis. Vucevic, 35 minutes, 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 2 blocks, minus 7 for Vucevic. Kobe White, 32 minutes, 22 points, 6 of 16 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 4 turnovers, plus 5 for Kobe White. Pat Wills, 16 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, minus 7 for Pat. Kevin Huerter, 24 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, plus 5 for Red Velvet. Ayo, 23 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 for 3, 2 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, minus 10 for Ayo Dosunmu. And Josh Giddey had 24 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 and 2 from the free throw line. He had 10 assists, 8 boards, 5 turnovers, 2 offensive boards, minus 5 for Josh Giddey. So that's how they went, man. They took care of business against the Celtics. They didn't have great shooting night from everybody, but, overall the Bulls continue to just push past these teams in front of them, and unfortunately, we're the next one on the list to try to push past. And given how bad we looked in the third quarter of that Dallas game, I have my concerns. So, this just is what it is. You're playing another team that you would expect wouldn't be playing well, ultimately, who are playing well, and you just got to find a way to win the game if you're the Lakers. So that's really what's up, man. All right, let's see. The Chicago Bulls are going to be wearing white on their home floor, traditional floor, nothing special there. And then our Lakers are wearing purple tonight, traditional. Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Isaac Okoro, Matas Buzelis, and Nikola Vucevic are expected to be your starters for the Bulls. And for the Lakers, Marcus Smart, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Jake LaRavia, and DeAndre Ayton, potential starters there. Let's see the injury report. Adu Thero and Austin Reeves, of course, out. And Noah Singay is out for the season with a shoulder. Trey Jones, game time decision. Hopefully he doesn't go. And Zach Collins, who's definitely out with a toe injury. So that's what's going on there, man. We'll be playing the Bulls in like 3 hours from when I'm recording this. So I decided to cancel my appointment. Those remember what I said in the last game. I canceled that because I just wasn't up for it today. And so I'll be ready for all the stuff. The Lakers, 27-17 was the record. 5th overall standings for us. We're in the 5th in the standings in the West. 15-9 is our home and away record. 8th overall offensive ratings. We like that. 25 overall defensive rating. Definitely don't like that. 18 overall net rating. Not good. Lakers, not good. For Chicago, 23-22 is their record. They're 9th in the East right now. 15-9 home and away. 14th offensive rating. 24th defensive rating. And 23rd overall. So, yeah, man, against the Chicago team last year, like I said, Giddey hit us with that 70-footer at the buzzer. Broke all of our hearts and kept them from getting Cooper flags, so that's what he get for doing that. And, we would like to pay them back. We lost both of them games against the Bulls last year. They blew us out when they came to town. And, we ended up blowing a big lead in that game where he hit the big shot. So we owe them, man. This team definitely doesn't need to have a 3-game winning streak against our franchise. Absolutely not. That would be despicable and unacceptable. And, that's how I feel about that. I do respect what the Bulls have been doing. I also respect that we haven't been playing well, but at the end of the day, we got the best player on the floor. His name is Luka Doncic. Hopefully we have a better showing from DeAndre Ayton because he's been up and down, mostly down lately. And he was really bad against Dallas. And the coach has been keeping his leash short, which I definitely don't blame Coach for, but I wish he would be a bit more consistent in regards to that because Lord knows Gabe Vincent is going to get minutes no matter how bad he plays. I think it becomes a situation, I was thinking about this about an hour ago, I think it becomes a situation where Ayton is making certain mistakes. Gabe Vincent isn't necessarily making mistakes, he just has shortcomings that are glaring. So with the idea that Gabe Vincent makes minimal mistakes, you live with his shortcomings and you send him out there. Ayton's making mental mistakes, he's messing up and stuff like that. And I think Coach is partial to allowing a person who's making mistakes to sit while allowing a person who just has certain shortcomings to play. For me, it's results-based. I don't give a damn if he's making mistakes and it's causing us to lose or if his shortcomings are causing us to lose. If he's causing us to lose, he needs to be set. That's my philosophy. I think that's what's kind of going on there. Because Gabe ain't really making mistakes. He's actually playing very safe. He barely does really anything but jog back and forth. He doesn't mess up on his reads. He just gets shot over. And so at some point in time, the coach has to look at himself and say, okay, yes, I understand this player plays the right way. But if he's got limitations and his skill set does not lead us to success on top of those limitations, then it's equivalent to my center just not being all there. And as a result, being just as a negative for the basketball club. So regardless of how we get to negative, we got to remove the negatives and play the positives. And I think there shouldn't be any question about whether or not Gabe Vincent should be getting consistent MPs. He did it to Vando. You're doing it to Ayton, cutting his minutes in half. Get Gabe's ass out of there, please. I think I say that for everybody. Get him out of there, man. So that's really all I got to say about that. We don't have too much longer before we have Austin Reeves back, which is going to be great for our team, to say the least. I do expect that he'll be back before the end of this road trip. They said it'll be sooner than later. Maybe we can see him in the next game. My prediction is New York, but it sounds like he's probably going to play even sooner than that, maybe against Washington. So, this is one of the last games where we have to go without the guy, and I think it's going to be great for us to have him back. Of course, we'll have him on minutes restriction when he returns. I don't expect him to be himself for at least a week, but the sooner we get him back out there, the better our team's going to be automatically. Trade deadline coming up at, a week and a half from now, 2 weeks from now, something like that. So I'm hesitant to think the Lakers are going to make the biggest move, but I would be very happy to see us make some moves of some sort to improve our roster. We have some expiring contracts, and we have some struggling players. So if we can improve our team, that would be great. But I'm hesitant to think that something will be available to us at a price that we like. So if we don't make any moves, I would not, unfortunately, be very surprised. I think a lot of Laker Nation would be. I wouldn't be. I'm hopeful something will pop up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't pull the trigger on something bad. Put it like that. I'd be very surprised if we do pull the trigger on a bad trade just to say we did something that hasn't been our MO in the past, and I don't think it's going to be this season. So if nothing happens, people, you heard it here first, don't be surprised. Don't be. Be hopeful, but don't be surprised if we don't do nothing. So, yeah. And look, for me, it's like I would trade Gabe Vincent for Devin Carter right now. Like, something like that should be doable. Is expiring Gabe Vincent, can we turn him into at least a decent basketball player? That would be really helpful, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying we need to trade Ayton. The way he's been playing, he's definitely put himself in a bad spot. But at the end of the day, he's on an $8 million contract. So for what he does, he's worth $8 million. Even struggling, he's worth $8 million. Could we improve there to improve our chances and maybe feel great about that? Absolutely. But I think the need for what Ayton does, being efficient in theory, given the fact he had the bad game last, is probably I don't know. But what he is historically is an extremely efficient scorer, rebounder. And if we could just keep his head in the game to help us in the areas necessary when he's not hitting shots, I think he could be extremely helpful for us at $8 million. Even if he does opt in next season, it's not going to hurt at all. And given the fact how hard it is to find a decent center, I still am hesitant to actually shop him unless I know I'm bringing back an upgrade. So for me, it's like don't trade him just to be trading him. You better have a center in place. In fact, you need to get a third one, even if you don't make any other moves. Getting a center is essential to our team's overall strength, in my opinion. So yeah, when we get Austin back, a lot of what is needed for us to win kind of just doesn't remain the same. I think what I'm trying to say is your margin for error is a lot slimmer without Austin. You get Austin back and he's getting to the line 16 times. A lot of these problems just kind of go away. Question is, can we keep all three of our big three healthy for any string of time, man? That's the thing. We haven't been able to keep them on the floor long enough. LeBron's healthy now, cool. Luka's healthy, he's playing through something, but he's healthy, cool. Now can we get Austin back and healthy for the rest of the season and playoffs? If so, I think we can find ourselves extremely excited about our upside, our ceiling. But as long as we're playing without one of those two guys, we are a average ball club, man. It just is what it is. I would like our margin for error to not be so slim, and so hopefully a trade will open up that can make it so that that's the case. But again, I'm not holding my breath there. I'm just not. So that's really what I got to say, man. Tonight, Chicago Bulls, very difficult team to go up against right now. Just like everybody we're running into, they just seem to be hot at the wrong time for us to be running into them. But we overcame Dallas in that last one. Chicago, they're due to lose. How many games are they going to win in a row this time? They're due to start losing again. So hopefully we can start that process tonight. We should be heightened. I think everybody on this team should be aware of how we lost that game last year in this building. It broke our hearts. It really was a frustrating basketball game. And I think going back into this building, we should be very intentional on making that right, man. Making that right. And given how bad we looked in the last game, I just think the Los Angeles Lakers should be, hard on themselves to say we gonna come out here with some energy. We may have heavy legs. I know that going back east right now during this snowstorm, I heard that the Lakers probably didn't get in to Chicago on time yesterday or whatever they flew in. So I wouldn't blame them for being a little heavy leg tonight. Hopefully we can get something out of the guys that we use off of our bench. Rebounding specifically, since we were really bad in that area last game. Scoring definitely is needed and stuff like that. Kind of help our starters if they don't have it tonight. So yeah, that's what it is, man. Rui's been shooting much better, playing better defense. He's back 100%. So I hope this turns out to be a very big Rui game. I don't know how many games he's gonna be left on this team, given the fact he's one of them expiring contracts. So we're gonna enjoy Rui tonight. See how it goes, man. Because I think it's a decent chance if anyone's traded, he could be one of them. Him, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber are probably the players I expect could potentially be moved. If we've played up Vando's value enough, I think he could potentially be moved. Like I said, Ayton could potentially be moved. I definitely think we're trying to shop the young fella. What's his name, man? Dalton. I'm certain we're shopping him, so he could be on his way out of here. So yeah, it's a lot of people on this team. This is one of their last games. if the Lakers are able to make a trade, some of these people ain't gonna be here much longer. So yeah, just keep that in mind as you're watching the game. If you have some favorite players, cherish them in purple and gold tonight, because some of the dudes could be gone. And so that's really what I'm saying to y'all. I don't think that's too crazy to consider that this road trip might be the last time we see some of these dudes. So yeah, man. And look, I'm not married to nobody on this team except for basically Austin and Luka. Pause. Those are only two players that I think I have to keep. And for me, also, Adu Thero is extremely important. I heard somebody say they were interested in throwing him into a trade. I understand the logic, but that's only because you don't actually know who the player is. Once you realize what you have there, you will not be throwing him in any trades. But that's all contingent upon him not being literally injury prone. So, yeah. But me trading Adu Thero at 20 years old, no, I'm not trading that athlete. Not me. But I understand people who are looking at an asset that could potentially be interesting, saying, yo, we need to throw him in. We ain't using him anyway. We need help right now. I get that logic. I just understand that when you see what he becomes and what he's capable of doing on a basketball floor, you realize how illogical it is to actually move him, especially before he even develops. It's very stupid. It only makes sense if he never pans out and you don't have a looking glass. You can't tell what he's going to be. You know what I mean? It only makes sense if he's going to stay injury prone. We have a little evidence of that, so I understand the logic. But don't move him. Do not move him. Move a lot of people before you move him. And really like what I saw from Marcus Smart in the last game, man. I don't think we won that game without Marcus Smart. I gave him the game ball. I would tell the Lakers, hold on Marcus Smart. He does frustrate the hell out of us. He tends to do stupid stuff. But he also is somebody who will win you a playoff game. And we know that. So he's still extremely serviceable. I wouldn't shop him. I don't think you make this team better in theory moving him. I don't think so. So yeah, keep him out in talks, even though he does frustrate me to a great extent when he does things I do not like. So yeah, that's what I gotta say, man. I'm very hopeful that the Lakers are able to do something, man. I really am. I don't say that many years, but this year I am. I want some of this stuff to just improve. I want some of these people gone. I'm just being real. I was thinking about how I feel about this roster last night, and I just think it could use some improvements. I think we're scared by the idea of not having Austin, so we're looking at what we have versus what it is that could potentially be coming back. With him out there, you remember when we were the first couple of games of the season, we were the best team in the league, arguably. Not named OKC, so I try to keep that in mind. It's like, yo, you're bringing back that player, and when you do, suddenly you're going to win a lot of games that you're struggling to win right now. But with that being said, if I want to win a playoff series, there's some things that are going to have to come around. We're going to need to be stronger in the paint, because once you start going up against big guys like Jokic, Wemby, guy over there in Houston, those boys down there, you're going to need real centers, man. If you happen to luck yourself into the finals and you run into Duran or Karl Towns, with the center position set up the way we have it, I don't favor us to win any of them series, man. None of them series. You know, even going up against Rudy Gobert could be a problem. You just name them off, man. You look at the Suns. Even the Suns team, they have legitimate center play, man. They got Williams. They got Malawach. You have to have centers. And I think the Lakers, amongst the teams in the Western Conference in this playoff picture, might arguably have the worst center position set up of any of them. Look at the Clippers and Zubac. You saw how he just did us. Obviously, teams like Dallas still got AD on the roster. He'll be back before the end of it, even though I don't expect him to do anything. But the point is, if you're going to be in the West doing something, you need your center position to be better than ours is, man. And I like Ayton. I'm really happy with Hayes, but I just don't think we can get away with them dudes. And when it comes down to a 7-game series, that position is going to be very important. So I understand the need to do other things for this roster. Athleticism, wing could be very, very important. But I'm starting to realize that our center position depth must improve if we're going to do anything. If we're not improving that, we're probably not going to be good enough to do whatever it is we're trying to do. So I don't know what's available to us. I don't know who fits the bill. I've been hearing Nicholas Claxton's name. That would be really cool. Deron Sharp, the backup there, is just as good. I think he's starting to show a surge. He's really becoming a guy. And I believe in picking up people before they become who they're going to become. I think it would be a good idea to try to make a deal with the Nets and pulling in a center. I know Michael Porter's who we made the video on, but I think the most important thing for this team right now is the center position. Because if we can't get ourselves some legitimate rim protection or a legitimate big body who can actually push up against Alperen, push up against Jokic, you're going to be pushed out of playoffs no matter what. That's just what I see there. So that's what I'm saying to y'all, man. I don't know how realistic it is we do that, but it's definitely something that we need to do. And so that's where my head is, not necessarily on this game, to be honest with you, but just our overall improvement and what we need to do to be good post trade deadline. So we'll see what the buy market holds. That's been very kind to us lately. Maybe we'll get some luck there. But if anything, we need to try to get ourselves something at the center position somehow. So, yeah, man, 5 o'clock we'll be ready for this game. Seems like, the day is already gone. That game is going to be starting in a couple hours for me. And so I hope everybody enjoys it. And sorry for making this video so long. But, yeah, man, we're going to be ready for the Bulls. Hopefully our team will be rested somehow and ready for a good three-point shooting Bulls team that most definitely is going to play hard. I expect for them to play together with a lot of assists. And we're gonna need to play good offense to beat them. Defense is extremely important, especially against a good offensive team, but you got to be able to keep up with that team. And so I would tell coach to lean into your offense. If Rui's got the hot hand, get him a lot of shots tonight. Luka, we need quality possessions. You can't have a 3 of 13 from 3 night tonight and expect to win this game. You can't throw away that many possessions against a good offensive team. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching.